So how's it going, everyone? Thank you so much for joining us. This is our very first ZenCons Consejo. Now, what is Consejo? Consejo is going to be a series of dialogues that we're having with Latino men. This is to provide advice that is from Latino men for Latino men. And so our very first guest, I couldn't start this off without kind of starting off at the source, right? So I have to give credit where credit is due. And this very first consejo is an interview with my dad. So I'd like you to please kind of welcome, this individual, this man who's helped me understand kind of what I need to do in my path, and I'm going to pass it on to him so he can just give us a little bit about who he is. So, Dad, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. First off, give us a little bit about, who you are. Tell us who you are.
Okay. My name is George Peña Perales. I was born in Brownsville, Texas on February 22nd, 1951. I'm 69 years old, a native Texan. I grew up and was raised here out in the cotton fields, tomato fields, the okra fields. And I went to school. And at the same time, after school, we would have to work on odd jobs or at a little grocery store around the corner. And that was something that was not imposed, was taught to us by our parents, that we had to work at an early age.
And when you say we, something unique about your family is that you come from a really large family. So can you talk
Yes,
about that?
I come from a family of 13, 9 sisters and 4 brothers, all with different characters. And we've all succeeded. We've all done good in life.
And you have brothers and sisters, 13. What's the age span? So the oldest is how old?
The oldest is 82, 83, and the youngest is about 40, 46.
Wow. So that's a huge span, folks. I know that was the norm, or that is the norm in our family. It may not be the norm in everyone's family, but like I said, I couldn't start this diálogo, this consejo, without starting with taking this time to ask my dad to chime in and to give some of his consejos to all of you. So consejos is based on two primary questions. So thank you, Dad, for introducing yourself. 2 primary questions. You've been through a lot, and you've experienced a lot, trials, tribulations, successes, all and everything in between. Let's start off first by going after this first question. The first question is really the best advice that you've received. Who gave you this advice? What was the advice? And how have you used this advice in your life? So maybe a little bit of a 3-part question here, but basically, what's the best advice you've ever received, and how do you see that in your life?
Best advice was from my mother, to treat others good, to be respectful to others, and to get an education, and never give up. And she always would tell us, you are better than everybody else. Don't ever put yourself down. That was the advice my mother would give us. And she instructed us and have a lot of faith. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you, and believe in yourself.
And have you seen that play out in your life? How have you used that advice?
Well, I use that in doing unto others and helping others, not only in my school years, but in my work, on my different types of works. I worked, I was a Vietnam military veteran and a border patrol agent. And I would advise others, hey, these are human beings. You don't treat them as otherwise. Because there was individuals there that would treat people figuring that their badge and their gun was a lot more than they were.
And this is in the 1980s.
This is in the 1980s.
So you've seen this advice play out in your life in all these different aspects. Now, there's a lot of folks out there, a lot of folks that kind of follow, what I do with ZenCons, with the life coaching program that I have, and the consulting work that I do. And some of the things that I've heard from them is that, it's hard to come by good advice. There's kind of like this idea that we don't ask for help, right? Latino men, Raza men, Mexicano men, we don't ask for help. We'll figure it out. And so we're trying to break that down. And so what advice would you give, young men or men that are out there that may be in this part of their life where, they could use some words of encouragement or some advice that you would say you would want to give after having all this experience in your life from, coming from a large family, starting in the cotton fields, going off into Vietnam, surviving that, coming back, working for the government, retiring, doing any and all of those things. What advice would you give that you think is valuable, that would help you?
Always pursue your dreams, never give up, and always keep going. Never look back. Always go forward. My advice to the young men, Latino men in the country is, you are just worth as much as the other guy is. Respect yourself, give respect, help others, and others will help you. Always give a helping hand, and never, never let anybody put their foot on top of you. Always stand your ground. Always say, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. We were taught that by my dad.
Well, folks, that's the advice that my father has given to me, that I've used in my life, and that now we're passing on to you. So, for those who are out there that maybe didn't have that father figure, or weren't connected, or never asked these questions, maybe this is a time for you to go out and connect with that father figure in your life, that mentor that you have in your life, asking them for that advice. It's sometimes we take it for granted. I'm grateful that my dad's here, that I can ask him these questions, and that we have an open, loving relationship where I can go to him and he can provide me with his knowledge and his experience. There's been so much that he's been able to do that I admire and respect, and I want to make sure that we're sharing that with everyone. This is the very first consejo. There will be more. I'll be reaching out to folks out there to connect, to see what advice you have for other Latino men. We have to help each other. We have to get the word out, and we have to, as my dad says, we have to keep going. We have to stand up. We can't let folks, step on us and try to keep us down. We are worth just as much as anyone else, exactly as my dad said. So thanks so much, folks, for everybody who's taking this time and is here with us. Anything you want to say as we head out, Dad? Anything else you want to add?
Last thing is, always have faith in yourself and have faith in God, and you'll get ahead.
Fair, everybody. Have faith. That's it. Thank you so much. Blessings, everyone. Thanks, Dad. Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate you. Love you.
Love you, Miko.